What do you think Bigfoot was doing in the 1980s? Maybe humming Living on a Prayer while out foraging for berries? Or perhaps peering through windows to catch the latest episode of Miami Vice? Today, we're going to look at an article that actually has three separate encounters with the hairy giant. Now, sadly, none of them are going to involve parachute pants or the phrase eat my shorts, but what the heck, let's go take a look at them anyways. Ah, the 1980s. Aquanet for my big hair, neon leg warmers were a must, and my Walkman never left my side. And come to think of it, that was just a regular Tuesday. But what about Bigfoot? Did he upgrade from an 8 track to a cassette tape? Okay, in all seriousness, articles about Bigfoot began to change. Instead of those which gave detailed eyewitness account, they were more short blurbs and write-ups, combined with UFO sightings, sea monsters, pretty much anything cryptid. All things unexplained were shortened for a single article. The focus, it also shifted from those detailed retellings to those who were searching for Sasquatch. Am I mad about that? No, of course not. People deserve credit for the research they do, regardless of what field they're in. But in pre internet days, for this time period, it did make it more challenging to hunt down descriptive encounters. So, oh, yeah, okay, maybe just a little bit mad about it. This article is from Pennsylvania, Sunbury, PA to be specific, titled Bigfoot Reported in Area. The article begins. It sounds like a remake of one of those low budget, B grade films like The Legend of Boggy Creek. Wait, sir, ma'am, whichever. Wait, who wrote this? Lawrence. Well, Lawrence, bite your tongue. That's a classic of American cinema. Prove me wrong. Okay, back to the article. You know, the unknown creature tramples through the underbrush, terrorizing the locals, and in the end, no one is really sure what happened to it. Those believe it or not tales only happened in the movies or a Hardy Boys book, right? Wrong, say folks from the Boyles Run area near Dorn's Life Mountain. They believe the area is hosting a large, smelly creature that leaves footprints 17 inches long and 6 to 7 inches wide. But what makes this critter most frightening are the sounds it makes, ranging from a mumble to a screech that would scare the socks off of Frank, Joe, and the rest of the Hardy gang. Side note, give me Nancy Drew any day. Please. Okay, back to the article. I saw three prints. That thing has 5 toes, but not like a human foot. The big toe is where a human toe would be, but the other toes were at an angle, said Keith Reeder of Mandata. Reeder, whose relatives live near Dornslife Mountain, said the creature woke his 11-year-old sister Roxanne 3 weeks ago at 3 a.m. She heard it and sensed it was staring at her through the window. She screamed, then it screamed and mumbled, and you could hear it breathing. Then it just ran away. Reader 24 said he found 3 footprints near the bank of a stream the following morning, but unfortunately, the rain had blotted them out. About a week later, Mrs. Reader was going to choir practice when she noticed the Reader's 2 German shepherds were acting strangely. They were walking around crying with their tails between their legs, something that I never saw them do. Then she heard a thud or a grunt and smelled this very strong odor, sort of like an old cigar or skunk. After that, the creature ran through the cornfield. Reader said he searched for the creature recently, but has not been able to locate any more prints. He believes the animal walks upright, quote, 1 foot after another, unquote, although no one to his knowledge has seen the beast. Larry Wynn, a 29-year-old Herndon resident, was hunting for groundhogs last month when he heard something far off, like the sounds of a few people shouting or screaming. Quote, I went over to figure out who was making that noise. Didn't hear or see anything, and then went back to the top of the mountain. Well, I spotted a groundhog and shot. Then I heard these loud, shrill like screams coming from down within the mountain. Although I didn't see them, there were two of them, about 75 to 100 yards apart, and they'd scream as if they were talking to each other. Then, in between, they'd mumble. Each time they yelled, they were getting closer, and they must have yelled 30 times. I got about 100 yards away from them when one of them pushed over a big tree, which was probably dead. And then I just went down to Keith's house, Wynn said. From what I'd seen and read, they're like Bigfoot or Sasquatch. And the high pitched scream that was of an elk, but couldn't have been because it was tall. They were really making yardage, Wynn said. Another sighting. In July, Rod and Richard Boyer were working with a combine in their oats field near the Dornslife Mountain. According to Rod, the combine's belt flew off and he went to find it. As he bent down, he had, quote, this overpowering feeling that something was watching me, unquote. Then I heard a scream and heavy breathing from within the bushes about 40 to 50 feet away. He said, it was the weirdest thing I ever heard. I didn't pay much attention the first time, but then it screamed 3 times in a row. It was big. And I know this because I heard twigs crackle as it moved. Well, I threw a rock toward it. Wait, hold on. Time out. Which feral goblin inside your brain approved the idea of throwing a rock at something big and screams? Okay, back to the story. And it let out an even louder noise, a high shrill. And then my brother and I got out of there as quickly as we could, Rod said. District Game Commissioner James, oh boy, FYI, I'm about to butcher this name like it's my actual job. Kazakavage is not discounting these claims. Quote, we have no concrete evidence or proof, and I want to see something concrete before I say anything. I don't disbelieve them because I've known people looking for something similar in Western Pennsylvania. There is always probability, although I would have to say not a great probability, unquote. Even though no one in this article saw him, well, I don't know, walking to the arcade to donate their allowance trying for the high score of Pac Man. And Bigfoot didn't exactly steal a Rubik's Cube. This article is still a great example of encounters with footprints, vocalizations, and a strong smell. So, overall, yeah, like, totally rad article. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to watch The Breakfast Club. Until next time.